I don't know. I mean, if they had come out and said, "Hey, one time years ago we had a brief discussion about buying Nintendo and it never went anywhere," people go like, "Oh, okay." And you get a few articles, and now it's like a leak that has happened. All of a sudden, it's a big deal, and everyone's writing about it. So I don't know. I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
I'm always like, I don't. As much as I'm not a conspiracy theorist, when it comes to stuff like that, I'm always skeptical. Like, okay, so I'll give you a quick story. This was like what cemented it for me. It's why I question everything I see in advertising and corporate, in media, anything. Is this had to have been mid 2000s, like maybe 05, 06, 07, somewhere in there. My wife and I went to Disney World. Or no, Disneyland. So yeah, it was probably like 05. We went to Disneyland, and that day there happened to be like one of those Dancing with the Stars things where they kind of like they do they're filming something for later broadcast, just in like the main like the end of Main Street there next to the castle, and they had the fans come out cheering and all that stuff, right? And I can't remember like it wasn't like an actual show, but they were just like out there to say hi to people and to do some sort of promo thing. So I was like, okay, whatever. So we happened to be in that area, general area, when it was going on, so we stopped to watch. And forgive me, I cannot remember who the host was at the time. I can picture his face. The guy from Saved by the Bell. I don't know if that rings a bell for you. Slater. Who the hell?
Can't remember his name. He was in Brooklyn.
I can't believe I remembered his character name, to be honest.
AC Slater. Everyone knows who AC Slater was.
I know, but I never watched the show. So
his name is Mario Lopez. That's the actor.
Yes, I believe that was. I'm almost positive he was the host
of what? Sorry,
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars. Mario.
I think
Lopez.
I might be misremembering, but it doesn't matter. That's not important to the story. Anyways, so everyone's out there cheering.
Yes, he was.
And then I notice, I don't know if you ever watched those things where you see them, they pan to the audience or to the crowd, and everyone's got these like signs they're holding up, right? Like saying whatever stupid, I love you, Mario, or whatever. The producers of the show start passing out signs to the crowd. No one brought signs. They brought them, and they handed them to the crowd to hold up. Right?
Okay. Which,
I guess in hindsight, it's like, well, of course they do, but like at the time, I was like, well, wait. So, okay, so you just made that up. You just gave them to people to hold up. Like, no one's here. No one came to Disneyland just for this thing. They just happened. They're all like me. They all happened to be there, and you handed them a sign. Like, oh, okay, well that's a little bit weird. And then they go, everyone get ready. We're gonna cheer. They kind of like, get the crowd ready. Hey, they're gonna be out in a minute. When he runs out, you cheer, do this, do whatever. So they get ready. He runs out. Everyone's cheering, yay! And he stops. He turns around. And, all right, we're gonna do it again. And then like we all stop, and like he goes back, and then he does the same thing again. And we all cheer, and I'm like, I think we did it like 3 times. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like this is supposed to be reality TV. This is supposed to be like more or less unscripted, right? And this is like supposed to be a live kind of like impromptu thing, and the whole fucking thing is scripted, right? And I was like, wait, this like I knew reality TV was all fake and all that stuff, and before, but it's like you really don't. It hit home then. I was like, oh, this is all made up. Like the whole fucking thing is just made up. And so now like anytime anything happens like that, where you have any reality show or any like any one of those contest shows, like any of those dancing shows. They got a ton of them now. I see those. I'm convinced this whole thing is scripted. Like what's the one where they have? What's the one where they wear the costume and then they like reveal themselves when they lose?
I have no idea.
I can't remember. They wear like some goofy like animal costume or something, and then they sing, and then the hosts have to guess who it is, and the audience can guess who it is. And I'm like sitting there watching it, like this whole fucking thing is made up. I guarantee you they all know who that is, and they're just making shit up. Guarantee it. It's like so to come back to where we were, back to Xbox somehow. Whenever I see stuff like this, I'm like, this is, I just get like, this is all fake, right? Like this, they're doing this on purpose. I mean, maybe not, but it's like, I don't know. I'm not convinced.
I would have been your podcast, only on Patreon.